How's that? Okay, sorry. Good morning. This is June 4th, 2021. June 4th corresponds to the 24th day of Sivan. And we are nearing the end of Sivan, approaching the month of Tammuz. So we were just thinking about taking off the 2 summer months, Tammuz and Av, and kind of reevaluating what we're doing and how we're doing this. But, those 2 summer months are months of reflection, months of mourning, months of grieving. And they are the months that we'll be preparing to come back in person in many ways. So we're thinking that a week from today, next Friday, will be our last day as we enter into the new moon of Tammuz. And we'll just keep studying Pirkei Avot until we get there. Chapter 3. Today we're offering Mishnah 12. These Mishnahs have been about the importance of learning, the importance of Torah, but the importance not just of learning Torah, but of making Torah alive, making it living Torah, having it flow through you and make its way into your deeds. So that this Mishnah even tells us that one whose deeds exceeds a person's wisdom, that person's wisdom will endure. In other words, you have to keep practicing your wisdom. I think we're assuming that these are good deeds, right? The deeds that we're speaking about are mitzvahs, are good deeds. And when those deeds exceed even your wisdom will be renewed and maybe will even grow. Again, these Mishnahs in this chapter 3 have been all about the importance of learning and what place learning has in shaping and molding a good human being, because sometimes that's all we can do. Let's just be the best we can be ourselves and hope that influences all the mess around us. So what does that mean? Think before you speak, Try not to be distracted. Stay focused on what's most important. Don't fall into that gossiping, jealous kind of ego place that we go to sometimes when we're afraid, when we're frustrated, and when the problems seem to be so much bigger than we are. So it's been our custom all these months to begin with a Mishaberach, with a healing prayer. So let's offer a Mishaberach, Jimmy. A shout out to Andy to please come home. A shout out to our friend Vicky, whose father passed from this world to the next. So much loss. Sorry about that, Vicky. Watch for those hawks. That's all we got.
Refuat nefesh u'refuat haguf.
For Sam, for Heather, for Joko.
Refuat nefesh u'refuat haguf, for the healing of the spirit, the healing of the body for those we know.
For those who are grieving.
For those we don't know. On my right, the angel Michael. On my left, the angel Gabriel. In front of me, Uriel, Uriel, Uriel. Behind me, Raphael. Above my head, above my head, above my head, above my head, Shekhinah Tel. Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim, blessed are you, great healer. you great healer. Amen.
Amen. For learning.
Make it pleasant on our lips. Et divrei Toratcha b'finu u'b'fi amcha b'Yisrael. Make the teachings pleasant on our lips, lips of all of those that come, so we can learn. For the pleasure of it. For the pleasure of it, and for its implications in our lives. All of us learning this way. So we can be an influence and be influenced. Influencers and be influenced. Take our place in the chain, receiving and giving, receiving and giving. The more we receive, the better we give. The better we give, the more we will receive. Learning also just for its own sake, for the purity of it, take jest out of that sentence. Blessed are you who teaches to your people in this fashion.
Amen.
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 Amen. Amen. So, chapter 3. Take a sip of your holy tea there. Are you ready to jump into this Mishnah?
Yeah.
Lots of allergies out there. They got you, huh?
Yeah. Smoky.
Chapter 3. Mishnah 12 again. Hu haya Omer. And, we're talking, it's Rabbi Chanina, the son of Dosa, who has been speaking. What did he used to say? Kol Shema Asav. One whose deeds exceed the person's wisdom. That person's wisdom endures. Right? And this is kind of like the previous Mishnah. It's against the rootlessness of Torah wisdom. If your wisdom isn't rooted in action, if it's not rooted in deeds, if it's not rooted in transforming you and changing you and making you a better person, like who needs it? I was wondering.
Yeah, you're speaking some smoke. It sounds good, but you're not living.
Yeah, but here's the other thing I wonder.
Don't you always know that?
Yeah, I don't usually do this, but I'm kind of thinking about the world that. What is this telling us about Rabbi Chanina's world? Were people just sitting around studying Torah, and not being nice people? Is he speaking to his generation? It seems so relevant. It also seems relevant for people who talk, right? And don't do anything with it. Yeah. It doesn't change them. I think we see that. We're living in a culture of talk radio, talk TV, talk this, talk that, of op-eds, and nothing seems to change. In fact, sometimes things seem to get worse. So there's a lot of talk, but there's nobody listening, maybe, in a transformative way. And I wonder if that's what was happening then too.
But it's a universal dynamic, that people talking, speaking good. They may be speaking well. Yeah. But they don't demonstrate it in their living, and right. Right away what's authentic, what's not authentic, what's real, what's not real, what has bones and blood, and what is shadows of smoke.
Right.
And that's kind of a universal dynamic. You know that. You just know the difference.
Yeah. You know, I've been...
Then as now.
Then as now.
It's not unique to us.
No, it's not. But, you know, there are, I don't know, you know, there's a critique in Israel about some of the ultra-Orthodox that don't go into the army and, you know, just sit around and study. Does that change the world? Is it changing them? Is it making them more compassionate? Is it leading to a better place? I don't know. We would say the same thing for us.
I mean,
who's to say?
That we bring up the question means that we can still discourse on it.
Correct.
That it's not clear, you know, like many other things. It's not clear. Maybe you need a minority of people that do nothing but authenticate the generation by sitting with mind. Maybe we need that. Maybe we don't realize it.
Maybe that's doing as well. You know, it's interesting that you say that because the portion this week is the portion of the spies, where the 12 spies go in, and it's the minority report that comes back and says, you know, we can do this, Joshua and Caleb. But it's not enough. It's not enough. We still have to wander for 38 more years. Because the 10 say, we're not ready. We can't do this.
In the Talmud, we're taught that it takes a minimum in every generation to sustain a generation, you know. But what is it that they have to do?
Doing what? That's exactly the question.
What is it that they have to do?
Well, it says that it's upon their merit. So what is their merit? They have to act with righteousness, right? They have to act. Isn't that what it was like in Sodom and Gomorrah? We were looking for the 10 righteous.
But maybe that's the minority opinion. Minority opinion is, well, what about if we just need a real minority of a minority to sit and occupy themselves with the purest things possible? So let's pay them. I'll tell you what, let's give them a house. We'll give them a house and we'll pay them and they can sit and study all day. But there's got to be, 10 of them, it's enough.
10 of them is enough. Well, I'm thinking about our friend Sean who chanted those psalms for all that time,
Cousin Sean?
No, our friend Sean.
Oh, our friend Sean.
Our friend Sean. Because, I remember,
yeah,
I remember believing that the Pink Sisters, because all they did was pray, had some power. I mean, that was their place, right?
Take all out of that sentence. What they did was pray.
What they did was pray. Yeah, of course. Interesting.
I mean, it may turn on them.
What do you mean?
Well, in the story, the way it'll be written into the future, well, there was a group, and all they did was pray, and that's what sustained the generation. But nobody knew this.
We didn't know.
But that's what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't the expressed actions of righteousness and talk. It was those sisters praying.
Right. That's what did it. Who knows? Could be. So this is the way it ends. It says, one whose wisdom exceeds the person's deeds, that person's wisdom will not endure. So here's how I'm understanding that practically today. We need to sit and study. We need to learn. We need to figure this out. There are many levels and there's many layers and there's many voices to listen to. And if when confronted with something that you have to respond to in a holy way, you also have to respond. Your deeds have to exceed. Your deeds you can't not act if you know.
And
that's it.
If you spend enough time in preparation,
yeah.
This is a common theme throughout our literature. If you spend enough time in preparation, then your response will be authentic and it will be right.
Oh, God, I hope that's true. I am praying for that.
The nature of things is that it will be right.
I am praying for that. That's so, I hope that's
true. But if you don't,
then there's no hope.
It will not be right.
You could be sure.
And then you lay your
You're
head
not
down
gonna
on your
know.
table
You're
and
gonna,
you
oh
cry.
God, what did I do? What did I do? What did I not do? So we'll keep going as much as we can, and we'll pray for peace. You got a good
And
prayer
we
for
have
peace here?
we also have a concert coming up
We do. June 29th.
Tuesday night. We're gonna roll out the Psalms project.
Yeah. So go back.
Recordings we made are done. They're done. So we'll be asking ourselves, can I get a table in the wilderness? Can I get a table, Susie? Table for two.
I think so.
Can I get a table in the wilderness, Susie? Can I get a table for three?
Well, it's Shabbos tonight, so
Can I get a table
It's a
in the
Shabbos.
wilderness, Susie? Can I get a table for one? Can I get a table in the wilderness? Can I get a table for 16?
yeah. So I hope everybody has an
What you know,
opportunity,
what you say, what you do.
whatever
How many
occasion,
does it take?
use that wisdom
Minority opinion sustains
and let it help you set your table.
a modicum of
Maybe for
righteousness.
Shabbat tonight, light those candles.
A modicum of righteousness in the land.
This was
Can I
chapter
get a
3.
table in the
Version 12.
wilderness? Can I get a table, Susie, table for two? Can I get a table in the wilderness? Can I get a table for four? Can I get a table in the wilderness, Susie? Can I get a table for
Well,
16?
I think that's what the Torah teaches me. Bring the margins to the middle. And whatever table it is you are setting, make sure it's big enough for everyone that wants to be part of that table. Make it big enough. Set extra places. Make sure that that table is big enough
I don't know.
for everyone who wants to be there.
This is what the...
Okay?
okay.
That's not your table, I know. Maybe that's just my table. That's my table. June 29th. Is it going to be in person or is it virtual?
Both.
Ooh,
We'll have a
both.
limit
We'll have a
on
sign
in
up.
person.
We'll have a sign
And
up
then
for
the
the
rest
people
it'll
who can
be-
come.
It'll be...
For vaccinated
streamed.
people, because I believe it's going to be inside, right?
No.
Oh, it's outside. Oh, so never mind. It's going to be outside. So it'll be outside, but it'll also be streamed, and there will be a sign up. So we'll make sure you get that.
Shabbat shalom.
For next time, we'll have that for you.
Shalom.
We'll try.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Hope it's a holy Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom,
Shabbat, a time to learn,
shalom.
and then pray that that learning informs really good deeds.
Shabbat shalom, 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 shalom. Shabbat
Let
shalom,
all learning be
shalom.
rooted in life. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Thanks for being with us. We hope it's a great day, a day of light,
Amen.
a day of lift, a day where you feel some love and share it. Shabbat shalom. God bless
our president, our vice president, our new mayor, and all their noble retinue. Amen.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.